What's up everyone, and thanks for tuning in. So today's video is all about African safaris and what I think is the most underrated, essential or piece of equipment that you will need on every single safari you go on. Let's go. So, Safari Essentials. This is going to be a bit of a series as to what I think are the most important things you need on an African safari. I worked as a safari guide for about 5 years in the industry, and I had countless guests and hundreds and thousands of visitors coming through, and basically it allowed me to know what is needed, what people missed out on the most. What was considered underrated is because a lot of people do recommend this thing. Your safari travel agents, for example, they promote this, they put it on the list of what you need to bring, but the majority of people just don't bring it. And that is this, a pair of binoculars. So binoculars come various shapes and sizes, different specs, large variety of costs as well. I'm not going to go into all of that detail now, that will be in another video. Basically, yeah, people just don't bring binoculars. The people that generally do bring binoculars are those who have been on a safari before, and now they know to bring it next time. But it's the first time safari goers that often leave binoculars at home. So this video is just going to cover why I think you must bring your binoculars on your African safari. So the first reason for needing to bring your binoculars on a safari is the exact reason binoculars were invented. So just to be able to see further or make objects that are further away appear and look closer in your eyes. So because binoculars are made of just a series of lenses, it enhances the image in terms of your distance, but keeps the quality, which is very different to using a smartphone, for example, and digitally cropping or zooming in where you deteriorate the image. So binoculars are great for that, and it basically, like I said, allows you to see nice and far. So if you are on safari, you know, it is unpredictable, you're in the bush, animals could be far away, things like lions, antelope, anything. You could have birds high in the sky, and a good pair of binoculars allows you to look in and basically see those much closer, enhancing your experience. And something a lot of people don't know, which is quite cool with binoculars, but basically if you just switch them around and look through them this way, it actually allows you to focus on things that are quite close. So if you're trying to look at insects, things like ants, termites, anything that's really interesting up close, you can actually look backwards, nice and close, and it will actually help you see that in finer detail. And the second reason is what I find a lot of people enjoy doing is, even if your sightings are close, whether it's a bird up in a tree or, you know, lions on the floor, even if it is close enough to see with the human eye, or take photos with your phone, being able to look through the binoculars and see the tiniest of details, see all the colors on the feathers of the bird, see the hair of the lion's mane, the bristles on the tongue. It's amazing, and it just enhances the experience unbelievably much. I can't even explain how much people enjoy going extra close, obviously safely. So you're safe on the vehicle or in the walk, and being able to just view nice and close, it's just incredible. And the next thing is, you know, they're so small, easy to carry. I mean, these are what's called a 10 by 42. This is the more common size of binoculars, and even this, they're really small. They almost fold up a little bit. Easy to pop in your bag, pop in your backpack, very easy to travel with, not very heavy at all. You also do get much smaller ones, something like this as well, that folds up even smaller. They're not the best, but they're better than nothing. And basically, yeah, they're easier to travel, so why not bring them? And something I also want to focus on is, a lot of the times when you go on a safari in Africa, a lot of the guides that are taking you around, they've got a pair of their own binoculars, and they often will let you use their binoculars, but you don't want to do that. Reason being, it's nice to have your own. You know, if the guide's binoculars are getting passed around the vehicle and being shared by everyone, firstly, you don't have much time with it yourself. Secondly, with today and germs and everything, you don't want that spreading. And just to have your own means you can just make the most of that sighting. So if you are traveling in a couple or a family, the more binoculars the better. You can each have a pair of these on a drive. It is going to be so much better for you. So then the last thing I want to bring up with binoculars and how they can actually be useful is they can help you, believe it or not, take better photos. So if you are a safari goer who is just traveling with a phone, you know, phones can't zoom so great nowadays, Yes, they're getting better and better every year, but what you can actually do with a bit of practice, maybe I'll include this in another video, is by actually lining up the phone lens with the binocular lens, you can actually get some crisp, sharp images that are much better than zooming in on the phone itself. So these are just some reasons why I think a pair of binoculars is the most underrated piece of equipment. Like I said earlier, a lot of people do recommend them and suggest them, but a lot of people just don't think it's that important until they're sitting on that car in Africa, thousands of miles away from home, and now it's too late. So bring your binoculars on safari and it'll be so much better for you. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.